Hey guys, so this is part 2 of this little video series. Not really a series, but I just filmed myself doing my foundation routine, then doing my eyebrows, then doing my contouring and highlighting. So I split it up into 3 videos. This is part 2 with my eyebrows, and I show you everything I do. I show you how I fill them in, how I sculpt them out, and even how I keep them the shape that I prefer them to be. So what I do to make sure that I don't over tweeze is I tweeze them once they're done. So I tweeze them and then I also trim these hairs on the inner part of my eyebrow, and you'll see all of that in this video. So if you want to see how I do my brows, then just keep watching. Alright, let's just jump right in. I'm going to be doing my brows. As you can see, they were unruly. I had so many just like random little brows all over underneath my brow and above my brow that weren't even close to being a part of my brow, so this needed to be done. I'm going to be taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Soft Brown. As you can see, it has two ends, so it has the end with the wax and then it has the end with the spoolie. So I'm going to take the spoolie in first and I'm going to brush my brows into shape, and then I will take the wax end and fill my brows in. Okay, now that they're brushed into shape, we're going to take the wax. I'm going to start on the bottom side of my brow and really just go in the middle and then head out to the tail and like make the tail shape there on the bottom. And then I'm going to go to the top of the brow and do basically the same thing. I'm going to fill the tail in and then fill the main middle part of the brow, and then I'm going to leave that inner corner lighter, and then it'll just help make it look really, it's not going to look super natural, but it's going to look more natural than if it was just a big brown blob all across your face, which kind of looks like it when you compare it to my natural brow, like in this shot. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups again. So then I take the spoolie end and I blend it all together, especially on the inner part of my brow. You can see the lines from the wax pencil, so I love to take the spoolie just to help blend it all together so you can't see those harsh lines. Then I'm going to do the exact same to the right brow. I just line the bottom and really find my shape, and then I'm going to line the top and then fill in the middle. It's pretty simple. My tail usually is really hard for me to even out, and I get so weird about my brows being completely even because I'm so OCD. It's ridiculous how much of a perfectionist I am, especially when it comes to my brows. Like, I literally have to stop myself when I'm doing my makeup if my brows are taking too long, because I will sit there and do them for an hour if I'm really having a hard time. I'm not gonna lie. So then I took the spoolie now I'm taking the spoolie and I'm going to blend that out as well, and then as you can see, they're done, but they do need to be sculpted. Oh, but it looks like, oh yeah, so I went in because I could still see a few gaps. Really, when you fill them in, just fill them in however you deem fit, and then you'll be good to go, for the most part. Now I'm going to be taking my Crown Brushes C224 Oval Concealer Brush, and then I'm going to also be using the Maybelline Better Skin Concealer in Ivory 10, because that's what I've been using as my under eye concealer and to highlight more like my chin and my forehead and the bridge of my nose as well. So I am going to use that to sculpt out my brows, just to help bring a little bit of a highlight to my brow bone and above my brow as well. So I just put that on the back of my hand, and then I dip my brush into it, and then I sculpt out my brows. So there you can see me. I'm just going to dip my brush in, and if you get too much concealer on your brush, it's okay. Just wipe it off on your hand, but you don't want a ton, because if you kind of slip, then you're going to mess up the brow, but it's really easy to obviously just go back in with the wax to fix parts of it, which I do have to do. So I started with the bottom, and then I go to the top, and I just basically shape it and smooth it out, and a lot of times, especially on the arch, on the bottom side, I'll have little kind of like slips where I just went a little too fast with the wax, so then I have to just clean that up. So that's why I love being able to go in with the concealer to help just shape my brows perfectly. And then this also helps get the brows even more identical, but please remember, your brows are sisters, not twins. That is what gets me through my brow routine, or else I would literally take forever, longer than I already do, because it's a little ridiculous. So here I'm just fixing the parts where I concealed just a little too much. Now I'm going to be going in with my tweezers, and I'm just going to tweeze all of the random hairs that I don't want, especially. Oh yeah, it hurt because it had been a while before I since I had tweezed my brows, so you're going to see some pain on my face. Yeah, now I'm being a little over dramatic because I am exhausted because it literally took me like 20 minutes to tweeze my brows because I am such a perfectionist. So I tweezed both of them. You really don't need to see me tweezing my brows. Now I'm going to be taking my little scissors. I did get this pair of scissors from like a nail kit. Like it came with like a nail file and nail clippers. I just mouthed, be careful, because you're using scissors right up against your face, and you're also using them on your eyebrows, which is a pretty important part of your face structurally. So if you slip and you cut too much, it can be no good. So then I just trim those brows that stand up straight on the inner part of my brow, so then they don't get too crazy, because they can get really, really long. Like mine grow fast, so I have to do this part more frequently than I have to tweeze. Okay, so then that is my finished brow, and here's a little bit of a close-up. Excuse my nose, it looks really big, but yeah, those are my brows, so yes. Alright guys, so that's all I've got for you with my brows. If you want to see how I achieve this summertime glow, watch my next video. It is my summer contour highlighting video. Not quite sure what I'm going to call it yet, but that's the one that I filmed for the part 3. And yeah, so that's all I've got for my brows. If they ever change, I will film an updated video. But this is just my current routine, and it's what works for me the best. So yeah. That's all I've got for you. I'll see you next time. Bye.